Gentlemen, how are we? Ladies and gentlemen, listeners, welcome to the Leg Up Australia podcast.
Can he do it? The gloves are off. They go toe to toe, blow for blow. He's clear. His big heart pounding. Yes! There's history. Tacoma makes it 3 in a row. That is unbelievable.
Well.
Look what the cat dragged
Here
in.
he is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome another episode, the Leg Up Australia podcast. I say another like another one. A great episode ahead. Are you pumped?
Yeah.
You pumped?
It's Group 1 racing in Queensland. Of course I'm pumped.
It's exciting. This is your time of the year. This is where you shine. A lot of people look to Nick Lloyd at this time of the year to say, Nick, what are we backing? Where are we going? Including me.
Scary, isn't it?
Including me. Yeah, I know. We've tricked them all. We've got the Doomben 10,000 on this weekend, or as Blake likes to call it, the Eagle Farm 10,000. We've got Rough Habit.
Yep.
And there's another one.
Yeah, you got the Spirit of Boom Classic, Bright Shadow. I could go through them all. The chairmen, the members, it's big
The
weekend.
Benchmark 58. It is a big weekend at Doomben. But yes, it's very exciting in the leg up office as well. We spoke about it last week. We getting closer with Pungo, getting closer, and it is, as long as this rain doesn't ruin our fun,
Yes.
it's close. We have Pungo nominated for the Sunshine Coast on Sunday.
Yep.
Race 5, Barrier 3.
Yep.
Not race 3, Barrier 5, because I've already told someone that. And we're going up.
Yeah, we are.
Maybe a few beers.
The Venga bus.
The finger bus. I suggest we get Blake to drive, pick you up on the way,
Yep.
and I'll stack an esky for to and from.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I got a little bit of fireball there too. I could
Bring it.
Yeah.
This is probably controversial, but you and I sit in the back.
Okay.
And Blake drives.
Yeah.
Like a chauffeur. I'm in controversial with Blake,
Blake,
whether he likes this or not.
Excuse me, sir. Could you please put the screen up?
I'll put a little set of white gloves on the screen. He'll be driving my car too.
Yeah,
Sit back,
okay.
relax.
Little tie. Maybe you get him wearing a tux on the way up.
He might.
Little cap.
You know what? I'll say it now. He won't like that. He won't like that.
Yeah, I mean, if it was me in his shoes, I wouldn't like that. But I sort of, I think, what was the call? Shotgun for the front seat? I shotgunned the back seat.
We shotgun the back. And we've just assumed Blake's going to drive too. He might want to get on it.
He could.
He might want a couple of
Maybe
beers up at the
maybe we'll
Sunshine
get
Coast.
Campo in the float to drive up and we'll just sit in the back with Pungo.
You know what? I had a horse run once at Doomben, and about an hour and a half after it crossed the line, we had to 2 hours. We had to leave Doomben, go to Gold Coast stables, and then get Hildo to a flight back on the Gold Coast. He made it from Doomben back to the Gold Coast Turf Club in about 30 odd minutes.
That's good going.
And he's the shittest driver you've ever seen. Obviously, he's much more responsible now. He's over at Bjorn Baker's stable, and they're flying, of course. But yes, Punga on Sunday, very excited. Winter Carnival is essentially kicking off.
Yeah.
Well, it's kicking off.
I think it
kicked off last week.
I'd say 2 weeks ago. Queensland
Guineas
Guineas is officially
okay, right.
Stradbroke season.
Right, okay. That's good. Is that the official line from Racing Queensland? It's
Brisbane Racing Club.
Brisbane Racing Club?
Yeah, Stradbroke season.
Fair enough. Let's get into UPC Showdown. The good, bad, ugly, thanks to UPC Showdown. I've got a lot of goods.
There's lots.
So I want to reel them off and then we'll get into them. I'll say I love the track report that they did with Morpheville on last Saturday. My other good was Everest Chat starts now, which is exciting. And my third good was J-Mac. We do J-Mac. Oh, we don't do J-Mac a lot. We do J-Car a lot on the good, bad, ugly. But J-Mac just ripping and tearing up at the Sunshine Coast. Just that whole Sunshine Coast Saturday I was happy with. Got a bad for us?
Amelia's Jewel.
Love it. I will pile in on that. So, have we got an ugly?
Yeah. We just spoke about it. It's the first Group 1 in the Sunshine State. and there are no locally trained horses, no Brisbane jockeys,
Oh.
no local trainers in the Group 1.
Shit, and people care about that?
Well,
Oh, well, let's get to the good, bad, ugly, and we can let you decide, listeners. Pew! Boo. You know what would be the goodest thing from the weekend? Me winning the UPC Showdown?
were you in the money?
No,
Or this
weekend, the goodest thing would be.
Well, I was in the money yesterday.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Well done.
Came 9th.
You're up there, you're fourth. Were you fourth? Was that your best?
Was it my best? It was my only.
No, like, did you get higher than fourth, or was it
Third.
Third. Sheesh.
I got to 3rd. I was looking. I was staring down the barrel. But we didn't. We
I was
didn't get
unaware.
Yeah, we didn't quite get the job done. I had a $31 shot in the second last leg. Run 4th. That would have been nice. Run 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
A few more points, boost me up a little bit. Might have ended up
Third
coming
or
5th or
yeah.
6th, maybe. But anyway,
Some exciting stuff coming at UPC Showdown in the next, hopefully this weekend, but in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned. Good, and I think it's been talked about quite a bit. The track report that Racing South Australia. What is it?
yeah.
Racing SA.
Racing
SA
South
Racing.
Australia. I don't know. One of them. Racing South Australia, I'm pretty sure.
Whatever they're doing it well. They're doing well on their socials. They put that video out. There was a proper track report. Twitter blew up. All you Twitter racing people, racing X's,
Racing X.
the Xverse. That was impressive. And I don't know if I think I touched on this a couple of weeks back when it was me and BJ, but I usually just kind of not blank out, but I just lose a little bit of interest when the racing carnival heads to South Australia.
Yep.
Not this year.
No.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. The racing was good. The content around it was good. They did so many things right.
Yeah, they did an
So tick for Racing South Australia.
Yeah, they did an outstanding job, I thought, across the board. Not just the race day, but like their socials were interesting, engaging, which is a big. You might think, oh, it's an Instagram story or whatever, but that's how we get more eyes on racing, I guess, and sort of promoting the sport. Tim Narkey, who's, if you don't know who he is, you've been living under a rock.
Yeah,
but,
correct.
They had him on there doing a preview for I think it might have been the Australasian Oaks meeting.
How good's that?
One of their
They
first.
had Benny Scarf down there. They got
had
him
down there.
for something. They're doing really well. They're tapping into that audience, which I think more clubs should take note and look at who their actual viewership is. And
I've
who's going to drive it.
sent their profile to my man at the BRC and said,
so
"This is your standard for this carnival."
Yeah. That's good. Put them on show.
Yeah.
What was the other good?
Everest Chat has started.
Oh yes, I am very excited.
You're very
Bustling
excited.
is the first slot taker.
Yep.
Um,
Locked and loaded.
Bustling, if you don't know, is a horse that was bred by Daniel J. Constable. No, DJC has tipped it in members for years. I feel like it's.
Yeah.
I know it's only a 3-year-old, 2-year-old.
Had 5 starts.
Yeah, it's had 5 starts,
Yeah.
but I feel like we've backed him every single one of his starts. But yeah, I Everest Chat. I feel like I've gotten less grumpy about Everest Chat over the last 3 years, or especially the last 2 years. And the earlier, the better.
Yeah.
I've got a better grasp. I'll say this, and I love these arguments that we all get into towards in Spring Carnival, like Everest, Melbourne Cup, and things like that. I will have over the next 3 months. I'll have more of a grasp on the Everest runners than the Melbourne Cup runners, and I think a lot of punters will be able to say the same about that because they see them here in Australia. We're not watching, horses run around in. Ascot, well, I will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the Everest Chat gets to start now. It can start getting excited. We can shit on or cheer on certain slot holders.
It really does become like a full sort of narrative towards the race, doesn't it?
Yes.
Because like, what are we? We're May, so we're 5 months
Yep.
away from the race, I guess you could say, 4 or 5. And already we've got like the first of 12 runners in. But like in terms of what you just said about being able to know who's in the field and get a grasp on it. Well,
Yeah.
you do, because there's going to be 12 of them and they get locked into the 12 slots. So we can, like, this whole way through, can follow them and start to go, all right, this horse might be a genuine Everest contender. Which
from the first thing it needed to do, and that was get a slot, and it's got one, and happy days.
That's right. It's in the race.
All right, so you wanted Amelia's Jewel as bad, not ugly?
I wanted her in a whole new section.
If you're backed Amelia's Jewel on the weekend, I'm sorry.
Get checked.
No. Because it's tough. What'd she win? The first 10 of her 11 starts, something like that.
Was it?
Something silly.
Probably Perth. But Bustling's great Everest hope. She won the same races as what Bustling has won.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I tell you now, Annabelle Neesham has a job on her hands with Amelia's Jewel.
Yeah.
She finished 12th in that Goodwood on the weekend, and there wasn't a huge amount of excuses there. I mean, if you really look for them, you'll find them. But Amelia's Jewel's campaign can only go up from here. Obviously, they'll probably tip her out.
Yeah.
Go to Annabelle.
She'll be set for the King Charles second. What's the race? King Charles. The King Charles. She'll be set for that. Well, she's won 9 of her 16, so she didn't win her first 10 of 11, but she did. She won her first 4, and then got beat. Then won her next 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so 7 of her first 8. There you go.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
I reckon it was more, but anyway, we can get to that. It was disappointing. It was disappointing, and I'm not didn't get my money, so sucked in everyone else. There's some people out there that are firm believers in Amelia's Jewel, and didn't show enough for you to keep that faith.
No, I don't think so. After such I hate the excuse she needs further than 1,200. Okay, she could very well do, and I'm not knocking that theory. Yes, for a second.
I know what you're getting at.
I hate the excuse because she just ran second to Overpass in a quokka. The start before that, and Overpass is a proven top line sprinter. She beat home Bella Nipotina. Okay, now she might be ready for further, but she was too bad to be like.
Yeah, they're not getting enough out of that horse. And the part I don't like about that excuse is that it was She Needs Further was aired 3 1,200 metre starts ago.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And they've already put a pen through saying Brisbane, well, hello, we've got a race like the Kingsford Smith Cup at 1,300. We've got the Stradbroke at 1,400. The Tats Tiara, fillies and mares, set weights, 1,400.
Don't you think it'd just be an easy kill up here? But they just, I don't know.
If they're convinced she's that good, if they're convinced she's a 1,400 metre mile horse, then I would have thought the Tats Tiara would have been big red circle around that for a long time. But instead, let's run her 3 times this prep over 1,200 metres and get beat every single time. Bad placement.
We won't talk about bad placement. Placement is what kills. Ugly.
Yeah, I thought disappointing. Ugly, disappointing, bad. Not a bad look, but no Queensland, no locals in the first local Group 1. Like, compare the Doomben 10,000 field to the Goodwood last weekend, for instance.
Yes, yeah.
All right, like quite a few Adelaide horses, Sharippa, like big field. And we're getting a 9-horse field for the Doomben 10,000. All southern horses, all southern jockeys. Like what was it, the Sangster in Adelaide a couple of weeks ago? Lockie Nindoff, young local jockey, rides his first Group 1 winner at his home track. So, none of our local jocks are going to be able to do that in this Doomben 10,000. There's still 5 or 6 more Group 1s to come. There's plenty of opportunities, but I thought it was disappointing that not even a local trainer had a 1,200 metre horse set for the race, a sprinter.
What, is there a race in 2 weeks' time or in a week's time that's probably killing those hopes?
Well,
prize money
last weekend, definitely not on the prize money scale. Last weekend was the ATC Cup, 1,200 metres at Sunshine Coast. We had Yellow Brick, those sort of horses went there. I reckon if they had their time over and could see that there was only 9 acceptances in this race, like Yellow Brick is the horse that comes to mind because he was nominated for the 10,000. I reckon they would have not run from barrier 16 on a heavy 10 truck first up and instead run, even if they draw the outside barrier, might be at barrier 10. Yeah. So I don't know. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but there's almost too many options these days, isn't there?
Yeah, I think there's always, when you see something, and it's not I wasn't overly impressed with this field anyway. No. But yeah, always got to look at what else is around and what could be taking away from this race and how they're making plenty of money. So, whether they try and up prize money. Has this been an issue for a couple of years or just really the first year that they've noticed that it's not that great draw card to the Doomben?
I feel like last year it was a fairly small field as well. Giga Kick there, obviously. Year before, Marzu won. It was a bit of a bigger field that year from memory, but the one that comes to mind for me is the year that the Bostonian won it. Mm-hmm. Osborne Bulls was there. Nature Strip was there. It was a big field. Like it was
a good
16,
race.
17 horses.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like even when Black Caviar was running in the 10, she didn't run in the 10,000. She ran in the BTC Cup, which is now the Kingsford Smith Cup. But it was a decent sized field from memory too. Like the Stradbroke, the Kingsford Smith Cup, I'm sure they'll be big fields. Like the Stradbroke will be capacity, but
yeah, of course.
The 10,000, I would have liked to have seen a few more horses and a few more locals.
Yeah, well, let's just keep an eye on that because I'd be interested to see what take stock of what horses missed out on the Winter Carnival that probably should have been here and why couldn't we entice them to come up here for those races,
especially the record that the Winter Carnivals had the last few years into the spring. I think there'll be quite a few cup hopes here. A few imports, I believe, that are coming over to have their first up run in the Q22.
We'll start cup watching the next couple of weeks too.
That's right. Get a grasp on the cup.
There's a lot of good things going on at the moment in racing, and I feel like it's easier to find the bad things just because that's just human nature as well. Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of good things are going on, so I'm excited. Let's have a bet.
I am very humbly asking if you could chip in $5, $10, or even $25.
Well, the floor is yours.
Well, if Donald Trump needs $25,
he needs something. We give it.
I think he'll be having it on I Wish I Win and getting 50.
Well, there you go.
There you go, Mr. Trump.
There you go, Trump.
There you go, Donald.
There's one for you.
What
races do you want to do? We've got a couple. Do you want to do a couple?
Yeah, we can do a couple.
I've got a good DM of the week too.
Great.
For after this.
Okay. Let's do that. We'll start off with the Doomben 10,000 and then what do you want to do? Do you want to do 2 races, 3 races?
Well, I've got no clue. I've been running around. I've been in Sydney this week. I've been pulled here, there and everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I haven't had a single look at anything.
I tell you what, we'll do...
Well, what? It sounded like I Wish I Win's just a...
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Barrier 1's Barrier 1... We put a reel out of this during the week, so if you follow our socials, you sort of know where I'm going with this.
And if you don't follow our socials,
you should,
idiot.
Barrier 1, where does he get to? That's sort of the question, I guess. Does he end up last on the fence? Does he end up box seat, leaders back, and potentially have something like Body Bob, whoever that is,
I think a witch's hat.
Yeah, coming back in his lap. So there's a few little issues, but. The one big thing I think that you've got to take away from this is that there's one man called James McDonald.
Oh, yes, I know him.
Have you heard of him?
Yes, I know him well.
Yeah.
He was the one on the weekend, for punters that don't know who J-Mac is, who after he rode his 3rd winner out of 3 rides, I said to Nick, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a double with his last 2 runners. He just needed to ride those first 3 winners from those 3 rides before he got my money on his back.
That's right.
And he disappointed me.
Yep. Well,
J-Mac lift.
Chasing his 97th career Group 1 winner on Saturday.
So
he's honing in on that 100. And and he gets a very good chance to do it here with I Wish I Win. I just think he's too good a jockey to let bad luck from such a good, like a low draw like that. I think he's too good to let bad luck get in the way.
Yeah.
You know, he'll be aware that Body Bob and Wee Nessie are probably the two outsiders in the field, are probably the two speed horses, and that they could very well be coming back in his lap. And I think he'll know that, and he'll want to be getting off the fence. You know, Bella Nipotina is going to be able to hold a spot. Steffi Magnetica, I don't know what they'll do with her. She's outclassed on her form. However, her form in the 3-year-old fillies races was very good. Second to Tropical Squall in the Surround, fourth in the Light Fingers. So if she can repeat one of those runs, she's got to be, a rough chance. But she could also be one.
Who'd you just say?
Steffi Magnetica, Bjorn,
Yes,
Tim Clark.
Definitely.
But
Has that got barriers? Is it early speed? Like, will
well,
it
that's
lead?
the thing. Like, I don't necessarily think it will, but it could it could kick up and hold a spot from barrier.
Maybe I'm
4.
just thinking that because that's that's a Bjorn thing. That's a Gay thing. That's definitely a TC thing.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking TC could be a sign that they'll go forward on her. Not lead, but go forward. But yeah, I just think I Wish I Win wins.
No love for my beautiful Nipotinas.
I've saved on her.
Okay.
I backed I Wish I Win early
Mm-hmm.
at $3. Had a good go there, and then when the barriers came out, a little bit of rain around, I've just had something 1 by 3 on Bella Nipotina.
Bella would be tired, wouldn't she? She's been over in Perth. She's been to South Australia. She's just done a lap. She's a grey nomad. She's just done a full lap of the country. She's in
no
Queensland.
excuse.
She'll retire here now. She'll stay here. Not retire, but she'll stay here. Well, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's what grey nomads do. They go, move
potentially.
from Melbourne to...
I don't think it's an excuse though. That's the reason that I actually did have something on her. Is she ran 4th in the Quokka this year.
Yes.
Last year Overpass won the Quokka.
Finished too. Like, let's
Yeah.
not take anything away
Right,
from her running that.
she was great.
She was phenomenal.
But Overpass was able to win the Quokka, come over, run second in the Doomben 10,000 off, like obviously the same amount of weeks.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a negative.
Wait, did I make up Bella Nipotina went to South Australia?
They were going to. She didn't run.
Oh, okay. Maybe she didn't go there.
Maybe not. She probably
might have
came
went-
across the Nullarbor back
Yeah.
that way, or she flew.
Wine country and then
Yeah.
up to Queensland. Yeah. Give her a break. Well, in saying that, now she's had a break. Come back from holidays, rip roaring, ready to go. Done Barossa.
Ready to run second.
Apparently she's staying at Noosa.
Yeah.
At J-Mac's house.
Nice.
Told you J-Mac left Sunshine Coast Turf Club on Saturday, went straight to Noosa Heads and bought the most expensive...
Whatever he
beach-
wanted.
Yeah, Noosa Heads. Bought the whole thing.
He bought the headland.
The whole thing. That's a lovely analysis of that race. Thank you, Nick.
Yep.
Okay.
Welcome.
We've got 3 horses in a 9-horse field. We're going to...
2. Who was the third? Oh, you're saying I made a case for Steffi.
You made a little case.
7th pick.
All right. Piss off, Steffi. Good luck to Bjorn and Luke Hilton at the two.
Oh, of course. Good luck.
I had to go get my head measured yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, because I have to wear a top hat. I'm not sure if it's the wedding kit, Hildo, but...
That'll be a sight.
well, I said to Hildo, so for anyone that doesn't know this, we've got Luke Hilton and Rachel King's wedding 2 days or 1 day before Royal Ascot in Oxford. So we're going to do the wedding and go Ascot. And I said to Hildo, whatever we wear to the wedding, give us a day to clean it at the dry cleaners and let us wear it to Ascot. That way we're not trotting through Europe with 2 suits or some shit like that. But you had to get my head measured. So I'll give you 2 chances of how many centimetres you reckon my head is.
Yeah, because I was going to say, what do they go off? It's like a 40 or something like that. Is that?
Well, it's just centimetres. So think about like a ruler.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to think what my hat was at school, and now.
Oh, you went to private school?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So people listening here that didn't know why is he getting his fucking head measured for a hat
I'm going
at
to say
school?
58.
60.
Good. That was a good guess.
That was very good.
Yeah.
Pat was 64.
Doesn't surprise me.
Is that
why he's gone to Fiji?
That is a head and a half. So yeah, just a little bit of something, but good luck. Rough habit. What other race do you want to do? You tell me. You tell me.
Let's chat about. Well, maybe not chat about, but
Chat about. I'll look at the race.
the Andrew Ramsden at Flemington.
Wouldn't have thought of that one.
Golden ticket into the Melbourne Cup.
Of course.
Of course. There's one here that I've had in my black book for a little while. Mm-hmm. He got a long overdue win last start at Sandown.
What race is this?
This is race 8 at Flemington.
Oh, Flemington. That helps.
That helps. Where were you, Doomben?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Doomben, the place where they give the golden tickets to the Melbourne Cup.
I just thought I never knew that was... Sorry. Andrew Ramsden, I know that.
Yes.
Esty Fanning.
The Mornington Cup winner. Already in the Caulfield Cup. Mm-hmm. But verifier.
Okay.
For Nigel Blackiston and Declan Bates.
Yeah.
Declan Bates sort of got the keys to this bloke last start, and he did a bloody good job at Sandown. He came from a long way back, carried 60.5 kilos, and he got the job done. Now, my thoughts with this horse all the time have been he needed at least 2,400 and he needs a big track, which he got there at Sandown that day. Now he's getting even further, 2,800, stays at a big track like Flemington. Barrier 13, not an issue. Long run down the Flemington straight before the first turn. He's a get-back horse anyway, so he'll just dawdle across and be there.
Just be there and when it needs to be there.
Just be there somewhere. And then he'll be making his run at the end of 2,800 and he'll be strong late. So he's $41.
He is. I'm just having a look at his form now. His success has come from low draw.
Yes, he's won at Flemington over the 2,000 metres 12 months ago.
Verifier. There's actually a black booker of mine in this race.
Really?
Right below it.
Samuel Langhorne.
Yeah, so do you remember this horse?
Yeah.
We were speaking about it because Benny Thomas, who has dark horse punting, him and Tim Narkey are best mates. He said, hey, I'd seen it before just because Samuel Longhorn, a little bit of cheek in that for the boys.
A little bit of entendre.
Yeah, and he said, it looks like there could be something here. Not saying set up, but have something on it. And it was huge odds. And it ran third at can't remember. It was good odds, like $10 or something. Back to next start, no good. Back to start after it won. Mm-hmm. And then, I see it's in this weekend.
You can have a little exacta.
Pay
anything.
Big exacta.
Big
Could
exacta.
pay absolutely anything. But there'd definitely be a little bit of value there with the old Longhorn verifier.
Yeah. So interesting. Another interesting runner. I don't know anything about it. The horse's name is Lionel.
Yeah.
I got tipped this horse, I would say 9 months ago, maybe a couple of months out from the Melbourne Cup. Yeah. And said, this horse is the Melbourne Cup horse. We'd never raced in Australia going into the Melbourne Cup last year. It trialled at Warwick Farm in March last year, July, August. Never got to the races. Very good first up in Australia. Last start at Mornington over 2,000 metres. So interesting, just based off that tip.
Just putting it out there.
You know, and this is the fact that this is a win and you're into a Melbourne Cup. They were saying he was the Melbourne Cup horse 12 months ago, well, last year. So here he is.
Sorry, my phone just started ringing. It's Pat Allendorf in Fiji.
Yes.
He's just seen the message about Zamet. Our friend, close friend of the family, leg up, had a horse win just this morning at 34-1 and gave us all the bum steer, didn't tell us. Isn't that the worst? That is the worst.
I was furious. I read the message and I looked up and it was going past the post and I'm like...
But the message was...
no hope. No, not here to win.
Oh, and then in our, groomsman chat, nothing. Oh, of course he backed it. Oh, so devastating.
As the mug says, the rich get richer.
The rich get richer. Please, please, please.
You had a DM of the week?
Yeah. It's a good one. That's still going very angry.
Hook him in.
Probably very drunk too. I should actually hook him in, but it would be loose. I'll be honest with you. Okay. This was just this wasn't a DM for us, so it falls into the DM category, but it was something that I had a few beers with a few mates Sunday Arvo last week. I think it was last week. No, week before. And we're talking about, it started last week. You can be a professional athlete in any sport. You're at the peak. So you are number one. So like if you're NFL, you're Tom Brady, you're Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, you're Michael Phelps. If
Yeah,
you're in the
you
pool.
are. Yeah, it's a weird one, swimming, but you are number one. So what is the sport? What's the positive? What's the negatives? Like what is it?
Right. So like, why would you choose to be number one in that particular sport?
Yeah, like what? Like it's, you know, if you sat there and said, see, I said, oh, look, I'll give you. I said golf.
Okay.
I thought it's not a strain on the body, so you're not going to be fucked at 40 and have bad knees and things like that. You can play for a very long time. So you can go pro early. Like you're the best. Like if I'm golf, I'm Tiger Woods. If I'm golf right now, I'm John Rahm. Like I'm Scotty Scheffler. I'm good for a long. I know I went John Rahm. I went John Rahm because I'm still dirty that I hated the $5.50 odds of Scheffler and he wins. Golf was for me because it's an easy sport. You can have your team around you. Like if I'm that good, I'll just make my dad the caddy and I get to hang out with him all day. You know, I can have some mates rotate in.
Yeah.
I had and the money, obviously the money.
Of course.
I'm a money pig, so money was the big thing. I had a mate who said pro surfer. Okay. He said because in golf, if you're number one golfer in the world, like look at Tiger Woods as the example. Like you are hounded for fame. Mm-hmm. He said the fame isn't as big as on surfing.
Yeah.
Sponsorship deals, everything like that. There's plenty of money there. You each week or each month you're in the most beautiful parts of the world.
Yep.
And this is obviously a conversation we had away from the wives and that because he also said the chicks.
Yeah.
Well, the chicks around the surfing comp.
Yep.
And you're top dog. It would be elite. I thought very
great.
Well, good.
I tell you what, though, if you're going to go down that avenue, if you've watched Full Swing on Netflix, there aren't too many golfers going around with, you know, without glamour wives.
Yes, but I feel like
if that's your
avenue. I think everyone, like if you're a rich sports person, you're going to fall into a certain level of lady or man. But yeah, he said like you could probably go under the radar for a lot of years just enjoying the circuit is what he was saying.
Yeah, well, I guess probably the one that golf was the first sort of thing that came to my mind as well. The other one that probably that fits into that high paying category as well as seeing a lot of the world would probably be like tennis, like Roger Federer at his peak. You know, like you're traveling, you're going the Oz Open, then you're going to Wimbledon and you're going to all these other little like tournaments here and there. You get to play in the Olympics if you want to.
Olympics is a big draw card, gold medal, that's good.
Yeah, so like that's probably, and like the financial side of it, like obviously.
Tennis is huge, of course.
Huge
and tennis
money.
you don't have that. Well, I don't know about like Djokovic in his country, like if there's paparazzi following him around, but I feel like, you reckon? Yeah. Maybe in his home, but like, I don't know. Like I think that would be the good balance. It could have the fortune without the fame, have the success without the limelight, and have a good life balance. But for me, I would, pro golf would be me.
Yeah, I agree. And it's a sort of sport where you don't have to, like, you've obviously got to be very good at it.
Yes, of course.
But
you're the top dog. You're number one.
You're number one. That's right.
Scenario,
like, and
in this hypothetical, you're number one.
You know, are you playing every day, or you're playing? You know, you're only having to work or play.
I know.
3 or 4 days a week.
But okay, so would you rather play? Go back to the tennis. Let's just break this down.
Yeah,
I feel like you're not sure whether it be tennis or golf. So I gotta ask you this: you got 4 days at Augusta.
Yep.
Weather's beautiful. Weather can, like, there's certain aspects that would be unavoidable, like if the rain came in and things like that. But usually there's delay of play and things like that. Or you have a 4-hour mammoth on Rod Laver Arena 1, Court 1, until 2 a.m. in the morning with the bugs and 34-degree heat and...
Pass me my 6-iron, please, caddy.
And you get a caddy.
Yeah, definitely. You sold me.
100%.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yep.
And then because you're the best, you get to do your Masters. That's what we should do as another Damn of the Week. Oh, we already done it. Didn't we do our Masters menu?
Yes.
We did it.
We did.
What What was
Blake
you
and
on?
I did it.
You and Blake did it. That's why I heard it.
Yeah.
Because I listened to the podcast.
Yeah, unlike some people. I think mine was like beef cheeks that, like from the pub that I worked at that won all the beef awards. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it might have even been like the dessert could have been something as simple as like a Sara Lee chocolate Bavarian cheesecake. I think it was. Yeah. Cheesy bacon garlic bread to start. Yeah.
Rockhampton takes over Augusta. I like that. Thanks for today.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Anytime. I'm here every Thursday.
Thanks for coming on the show. And thank you, Liz. Our download numbers are really strong at the moment. So you're out there telling your mates and enjoying yourselves. So we really
I
appreciate
got claimed
that.
by someone at the servo today.
What do you mean?
Someone said, hey, it's Lloydy.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and apologies if you are. I didn't know if you are a leg up follower or a Mugs punting follower or
just
or
big fan of Rocky Form 1 on
know
Twitter.
Me personally, and we've met before.
What did you say?
Said, "G'day, mate. How are you?" Shook his hand and paid for my fuel and took off.
Didn't pay for his?
No,
that would have been a Blake move. Blake would have paid for his fuel and said,
he was getting the coffee. He was making his coffee.
Oh, okay.
But if you're a leg up, man, sing out so I can.
Make sure you say hello.
Yeah.
Make sure you say hello. Enjoy the weekend. Have a great. Good luck on the punt.
Great Doomben 10,000.
Have a great Doomben 10,000. And good luck in your UPC Showdown as well. And everyone really...
I've just got a notification. Congrats, your horse won.
Oh,
hope it was any old price.
All right, see you guys.
Ciao.